Hey guys, welcome into Nightcap with RhinoMan. Jackpot Joe jumped the gun, 99-cent super sticker. Thank you so much, Jackpot Joe, Adventures and Slots. Really appreciate that. Well, on this episode, we're going to be expanding our knowledge of red squid, red screens, bingo cards, the classification of slots, a little bit more with our guest, Oklahoma Casino Review. Slot channel, wonderful. Yoange, thank you for coming in. Let's see, who else do we have here? Anonymous, way to go. Thank you for coming in. This right now is Tom. Tom is going to be turning into Tim. Hopefully not before this episode's over. Preston Thomas, thank you for coming in. Anonymous. Arcanon Chick. I guess I said that right. Excuse me if I don't. I'm not the most literate person on YouTube. Brazen Slots, thank you for coming in. So we're going to be learning a lot about red screens. I hope everybody is ready to join. Let me see who else I have in this chat here. Sister Yoshi, thank you for coming in. Sister Yoshi, I want to say thank you to Sister Yoshi and the Yoshi crew. They got a reference in my last video that was super funny. It's a saying my dad says when he's super happy. He was from Tennessee, and anything that makes him really excited, he says, "I'll be happy as a sissy in jail." And I don't know where that came from, but it came out in one of my videos, and they caught that reference, and they said it was too funny. So anyway, thank you for catching that reference. That was funny. Gamblers Unknown, Smoky Mountain Scratchers, thank you for coming in. Super Squirrel, as always. Hot Mess Slots. Haven't got a chance to watch your video today, bro, but it's on my list right now, and I'll be watching it right after this. Let's see who else is in here. Yo, Ange. Thank you, Ange. That was my dad saying he has a few of them, so I'll be dropping those in my videos from time to time. But before we kick off the show, like I normally do, I like to ask 3 questions, and these are the 3 questions that might get you thinking about what you're doing, YouTube or not. I mean, but these questions are related specifically to YouTube. Do you think of your YouTube channel as a business? Basically, in a way, it is your business because it's a product that you're putting out for yourself. And if you start thinking about it as a business, start thinking about the product that you put out. And if it is a business for you, second question, would you buy what you're selling? So the products you're putting on YouTube, your channel, your videos, anything about you that you're putting out there, would you buy it if you were watching? Something to think about. Third question, who are you selling your product to? Another good question. If you're putting out these videos and you're thinking of YouTube as a business, which I personally do, I think of it as a business, and I think of it as a business that I'm going to grow and it's going to build into something more in the future. Right now, not really, but you have to think of it that way. And everything you put out is a product that the consumers, which are the viewers, are going to buy. So put out your best work and hope you're selling it to the right people. I'm a little bit uncomfortable here, so let me fix that. So those are the 3 questions for today's show. Today's show is sponsored. Well, it's not sponsored, but the channel supporter of the week is Chris and Lou Slots. They are big supporters of all channels, big and small. And I know what gives them the most joy is watching channels grow, watching channels that they help promote grow. It's part of this big community, and they're a huge part of it. So today, they've shared out my videos many a times in the past. Today, they are the channel supporter of the day. This episode is supported by them, and I really appreciate them for all they do in the slot community. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Our guest today, Oklahoma Casino. There's my man. If it sold adult diapers, I'd buy some for myself. Thank you, 5K Grenade, for the super chat. That guy is like way too funny. I have too much fun with him. So let's jump right into it. Today is a fairly new YouTuber. He started a little while ago, Oklahoma Casino Review. He likes boating, Harleys, music, casinos. Hey, ladies, relax. He's taken but those are what he likes to do. We're gonna bring him in, and we're gonna find out about his channel, and then we're gonna get into the red screen talk, bingo cards, classification of slots, and so much more. So let's get him on the show right now and introduce him. Hey, how's it going?
How you doing? First off,
good.
I have to preserve my home life first. It's Ark and Rock Chick, and it's my wife, and she's in the living room watching.
Ark and Rock Chicken.
Ark and Rock Chick, yes.
I was having problems with that, bro.
I was back here laughing when you said that. Like, that's the first thing I got to clear up.
Thank you. Chris and Lou, thank you for coming in. Really appreciate that. AVOUT Slots is in here. 5K Grenade. You know, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all 21 of you coming in so early. Ark and Rock Chicken. I got it right. There you go. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about the person first, and then we'll get into your channel.
Well, actually, we live in Northwest Arkansas, not far from Oklahoma, and we moved here 6 years ago, just about this time 6 years ago, and we spend more time in Oklahoma than we do Arkansas most of the time. That's where all the casinos are and all the good times and all the fun and whatnot. So we love Oklahoma. It's a great area.
Okay, and you said at one point you didn't leave. Karen in the kitchen. Hello. The day I received my first date. Well, I'm sorry, I missed that. Let me back up just a bit. Sorry, guys. It says the day I received my first AdSense check through myself as a business. Yay, congratulations. I'm glad. That's awesome. I got my first one in January, actually. And it was pretty awesome because I jumped the gun. I started this as a business well before I even thought it could be a business. So that was one of my questions. Thank you, Karen in the kitchen. So you had mentioned to me that you used to live close by, maybe 45 minutes away from Gambling Granny and Dice.
Yep, that's correct. Decatur, Illinois, for about 15 years. So when we had him on the show, that's why it sounded kind of stalkerish, but I'm like, hey, where in Central Illinois are you? Just trying to get a landmark. They said they were south of Springfield a little while. So it was probably about 45 minutes, give or take.
Okay. Hey, Rock and Rock Slots, thank you for coming in. So you moved to Oklahoma.
Northwest Arkansas, actually.
Northwest Arkansas.
Home of Walmart.
Home of Walmart.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Hey, that's a big family there. I'll bet you they own everything, right?
They do. And this area is growing tremendously fast. It's unbelievable.
So in the time that you lived there, how much have you seen it expand?
Oh, holy cow. The town we live in, Rogers, I'll bet you has grown probably 30,000. At one point, 50 people a week were moving to this area.
Okay.
So yeah, it's blowing up hugely.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I moved out. I live in Palmdale, which is about 60 miles north of California. And when I moved out here, you know, the housing development, there were still some houses coming up. But since then, I mean, it's just boomed. Everybody's trying to move away from, you know, the cities because it's really expensive to live in the cities. So they got to move to the outliers, you know, Riverside, you know, Palmdale, all the other places. And it's just blown up. I mean, the prices of housing have shot up out here. For me, it's good because I got my house when it was really low. But, you know, now probably time to make a change.
Same way here.
What got you started in YouTube? How did you start your channel?
Well,
tell us, you know, when you first started.
Because we love riding Harleys and we love music, and I have a pretty killer system on my Harley. I started doing Harley videos. The wife would video on the back, our sound and music and stuff. And I quickly learned that people who like to ride Harleys like to ride them, not watch other people ride them. Okay. So I decided to, I first decided I was going to make a website of reviewing Oklahoma casinos because there was no website that actually focused on that. So while I was doing that, I started watching more and more slot videos. And decide, well, I think I might like to do that. And then I figured out, hey, there's no dedicated slot directory for YouTube. So I've actually integrated that into my site. There's actually an area for YouTube slot channels for everywhere. It doesn't have to be Oklahoma only.
Okay.
And I've loaded a bunch on there, and people can claim them for free. If it's not there, they can go get theirs listed for free. It costs them nothing.
Jackpot Joe, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Pineapple Express. There you go.
Joe, you can do better than $4.99. If you guys haven't seen his video from the weekend, he's rolling in it. So you guys better go see it.
Oh, I'll definitely go check that out. So when you started out doing the casino reviews, how many casinos do you have in Oklahoma that you can review?
There's last count, there's around 140, I believe.
Oh, wow.
If you count, Choctaw's got gas stations with what they call Casino 2 in them, small ones. I think there's right around 140 in Oklahoma right now. There's a couple that have been recently announced they're getting ready to build also.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, right around 140. So it's a lot. And then the other part is I have a blog, and as I'm going to different casinos, I'm actually doing a review myself, an honest review. You know, we're not looking for this casino sucks, I lost all my money, because you'd never get a good review of anywhere because you don't always win, right?
You always lose money somewhere at all the casinos.
Yeah.
Spanglish Slots, thank you for coming in. So how are those videos taking off for you? The
they're great. In July is when I first started doing filming. High Winds Casino, where I film a lot, they gave me the first chance to get in and start doing it. They're kind of my home-based casino. They support any slot channel very well. There's probably 5 slot channels that regularly record there, and they're super duper supportive. So July 21 was my very first slot video. Okay. And I had no idea what I was doing. I first started by doing some uploads of some stuff, and then I decided I want to do live. I like live. I just think it's more realism, you know. Okay. I like the interaction with the people, chatting with people, things like that.
Okay. Now when you say Billy F and Slots, thank you for coming in. Now, when you say realism on lives, you mean showing that you're actually losing and not just bonuses. Yeah. So realism to me is losing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you know that's a big part of when you're starting out YouTube. I guess the misconception is you have to put out these huge wins, and if I can't get this huge win, then I'm not going to put it up. It's not going to be good enough. But you know what? You have a couple of bonuses. You show some losses, and you put it out there because that's what happened. A lot of the bigger channels that do it, and we talked yesterday. So I think some of the issues are people watch these big channels betting $25 a spin, $50, $100, $150, $200 a spin, and they go to the casino thinking, hey, I drop 100 in and press the button 4 times and I should get a win. When really that's not the case. Those big channels go through thousands and thousands of dollars before they get that bonus.
Absolutely, and you know, I'm in a lot of slot groups, like I'm sure a lot of other people are, and everybody posts their wins, but nobody wants to talk about the losses, right?
Yeah. That brings me to a point. Week 4 Slots, thank you for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Simon's in the house. Thank you, Simon, for coming in. Slot Sister's in the house. Thank you for coming in, Slot Sister. Great to see you in here. So when we talk about losses, and we had this brief discussion, I am starting a channel that's going to show nothing but losses. You know, those times where you stick $100 in the machine and you play, and nothing comes of it. So that video is like, there's nothing there. I'm going to start a slot channel, and I ask everybody in the chat, if you have those losing videos, send them to me, because I'll put it all on one channel and it'll be nothing but losses. And I want to see, like a social experiment, if I can make that channel grow, just showing the losses.
You could probably just go through a bunch of my lives and find plenty of footage there.
Yeah. Same here. You know, I do those 15-minute lives, and a lot of times they don't produce nothing, but right after them, I end up hitting something really good.
I've done so well after a live so many times. I'm like, man, I just
it's camera shy. It's camera shy.
Yeah.
Week 4 Slots, yes, please send them to me. I'll appreciate that. Okay, so you started your channel in July. What was the most difficult part for you for starting your channel? I mean, what did you come up against in doing it?
Well, I mean, obviously getting people to watch your videos, right?
Yeah,
Um, there's so many slot channels out there. What I found worked well for me is networking. I got into, and how I met with you and most of the people in here. A lot of the people in here that in the chat tonight are subscribed to my channel. I'm subscribed to theirs, and I get into the different places and I start chatting with people. Just like you're talking about being a business, it's like business networking, right? If
yeah,
nobody
definitely.
knows you, they don't know you, and they're not going to know you out of thin air. So,
Speaking of that, let me say hi to Mama Yoshi. Love these nightcap interviews. Thank you so much for the 9.99 super chat. That is greatly appreciated, Mama Yoshi. I appreciate you, and I look forward to spending time with you, the cowboy hat, the belt buckle, and boots on Saturday. So, looking forward to that. Uh, but as you just said, um, you know, networking and marketing. I remember when I was in sales back in the day, they used to have these uh, town hall mixers or mixers for the city council and stuff like that. And that's where all the businesses went to exchange business cards and stuff like that. Have you thought about doing anything um, like that or
um,
mixing some old and new?
yeah, I don't know. I've got my first giveaway up on my channel right now, giving a T-shirt away,
Okay.
limited edition, because the one I'm wearing and the one my wife has is the only two in existence at the moment. So I guess that would qualify for limited edition. I know a lot of people do bracelets and things like that. So I'm currently working on some different ideas of what I might do. The casino I go to, High Wind, suggested getting some of the card holders, the retractables with my name on it,
Yeah.
and they told me if I brought those in, they'd give them out for me. So that's the kind of support I get from High Winds Casino. They're very awesome.
Wow, that's
So yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
Jackpot
So
Joe says red screens get 10 times more views than regular games.
you and I
Hey,
were discussing that.
Gallivanter Slots, thank you for coming in. Great interview, guys. I really appreciate you coming in with the $5 super chat. Love it. Thank you so much. But
Gallivanters is another High Wind slot channel.
yeah,
They stream there also.
that's awesome. You get a lot of support from your local casino.
Yep.
And that's a point that I was going to touch on here. Um, when you go to the casino, you talk to the attendants and you talk to the different. Explain that. Explain what you do and why you do it.
Um, talk to everybody. Talk to the floor manager. Uh, when you walk into the casino, especially High Winds, you walk in, everyone's like, "Hey, how you doing today?" They know who you are. You know, um, you go to a giant casino. It's got, I don't know, 2,000 slot machines. Nobody has a clue who you are. They don't really care who you are. Okay.
Yeah.
High Winds is probably, I don't know, 500 slot machines. It's a smaller casino. Everybody
Okay.
knows everybody. They'll come by. Hey, how you doing today? How's the live going? Hey, I had a few minutes. I was in the back watching your live. I just started streaming at Grand Lake, which is not far from there. And the fella who runs around and cleans the machines comes up and goes, "Hey, what's your slot channel?" And I tell him. I get home that night and he has subscribed and commented, "Hey, I'm the guy who was cleaning the casino." So
That's awesome.
it's pretty awesome. Yeah, yeah.
So, do the slot attendants give you tips on the machines that are paying out, or is it because you're so familiar with the place? It sounds to me
Uh,
like it's a Cheers type atmosphere
it,
where
it is
everybody knows your name there.
it is
So,
very familiar, but also, and I think I sent you a link to it today. High Winds Casino on their Facebook page puts all their jackpots every week on there. What machine hit, what denomination, and how much it hit for. I don't
okay,
know of any other casino that does that. So you can
that's
go through their Facebook page and see what is jackpotted that week. So got a little leg up.
that's pretty awesome. Okay, so you've been your channel's been up for a few months now. If you had to tell somebody that's sitting out there watching this interview right now and they're thinking to themselves, "Hey, I'm going to start a slot channel. I'm going to start a slot channel." What advice would you give them?
Be yourself. Be realistic. Networking is huge. That's what's got me a large part of my subscribers. I'd still be sitting at 15 or 20 subscribers right now. But be yourself. Don't when I do a live, I spend $200 normally. That's what I do. I don't go out and try to impress people, like you said, with the $25 spins, things like that, because I'm just going to burn through my money, and the live is going to last about 5 minutes, and be like, "See you guys, I'm broke." So just be yourself. That's if you be yourself, people will like you for who you are.
Okay, so what you're telling them is be themselves, and I heard another message in there. Don't go to the Power Bill Casino. So make sure you set a limit when you go to the casino. The Power Bill Casino is a casino that you go to and you spend your power bill money on instead of setting limits. So make sure you do that. Chris and Lou with Chumba Queen Travels have a couple of Coronas on us. Salute, bro. Thank you. Jackpot Joe just came in with the $5 super chat that says, "What's wrong with $25 spins? Nothing if you're hitting them, bro. And if you could afford to do that, all the power to you. I have nothing to say against it. If you could afford to do it and put it out there, all good. I love it.
Joe, some of us are poor folk, Joe.
Yeah, I wished I could get up there to that point at some point where I'm able to do that. But I do go to the casino with limits in mind and make sure that I try and adhere to those limits, or else I would be going broke pretty quick. You can
go broke pretty quick with limits.
Yeah, with limits, you still go broke pretty quick. Okay, so your channel's good. If you guys haven't subscribed to him, I suggest everybody go over and subscribe to him. Now we're going to get a little knowledge on red screens, bingo cards, classifications of slots, because after talking to this gentleman yesterday, I had no clue about a lot of this. So he educated me on some of this stuff I have no idea about. I've never seen a red screen. I have seen bingo cards. If you guys are in Southern California and you guys have gone to Morongo, not in the casino itself, but in the gas station, they have the machines there that have the bingo cards attached to them. He's going to give us a little education on those, the classifications of slots, and we'll go from there. But first, I want to show a video that he provided us with a red screen bonus, just so you can see. It's about 2 minutes and 17 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and play that.
Ignore my stupid comments. I was live, okay?
Okay. Well, no, Melly Loves Slots is in here.
Yes, she is.
And that is one of your first comments in this video. So, Melly, don't take offense.
On YouTube. Yeah, Melly does have a good channel, and Melly does a lot of monitoring for other channels too, which is really awesome. It's great to see all the slot channels. Hey, Chris, thank you. I appreciate it. Working together, it's really nice to see. Got a few red screens going now. Remember, it's a penny dom, so there is a good one. Still going at $18. $24 is still going. $32 we're still rolling. 40 and we're still going. There's $50 we're still rolling, kids. That was a $1,000 hit there. Or 1,000 penny, I guess. 14, this thing's rolling pretty good right now. $94. This one's on fire at the moment. Wow, that was a pretty good hit right there. Look at that. $746. Now that's a good red spin on a penny machine right there. My Apple Watch, my heart rate monitor told me it just went to 120 beats, so I'm sitting still. I wonder why. Yeah, my Apple Watch started going, you hit 120 beats a minute, you're doing nothing. I'm like, I wonder why. All right, let's see what we got here. Letter Y. Letter Y. Letter Y. Six pack. What else do we get? Gotta be more than that. Another six pack. Letter Y. All right. That's pretty awesome right there for a penny machine, I'll tell you. I guess we should play it a little more, huh?
So right there, that was a red screen. Explain that red screen bonus, and explain a little bit more about red screens. How
How about I start the classification real quick first? I think that'll make it easier to understand.
Okay.
So you've got class 2 and class 3 bingo machines. Slot machine. Class 3 slot machine is what you have in Vegas. It's a random number generator in each machine. A class 2 machine is actually bingo. It technically is not even a slot machine. You're actually playing bingo, and the reels are for entertainment purposes. You couldn't really see it, but on that video in the upper left where the bingo card was, it says pays are based on bingo wins. Very small print. Okay. So based on your bingo, on what numbers are called, how many balls have been called before you hit that certain pattern is what your payout will be. There's a lot of still unknowns about it, but the red screens, they say they're random, which wins are random, so I guess that's correct. But if you notice on that video, every time I hit a red screen, the next one paid more, and that's how it works. It's always progressively more. So you may get one red screen and it's done. You may get 13 in a row like that one. You may get 5 in a row. It's just variable on how the cards hit. So the bingo cards, the interesting part about it is everybody in a bank has the same bingo numbers. The unknown we don't know is how large the bank of machines are.
Okay, so real quick, like a bank of a machines, I know everybody out there could relate to this because Dragon Link, there's one bank of machines and the grants all linked to the same bank.
Correct.
So, but with these bingo cards, you're saying the bank could be all of them in the casino, or 5 or 10?
Could be.
You don't know.
Nobody really knows for sure. That's kind of an unknown factor. And you're right. Dragon Link, if there's 6 machines of the same grand, those are all linked. And we have the same thing in our casinos. So we do still have the class 3 machines in our casinos, but the class 2 machines are very prevalent. Part of it is the casinos play less or little tax on those bingo machines because it's bingo, it's not slots, even though it looks like a slot machine. Still doesn't bother me. I still play them. I still love them, right?
Okay, real quick, there's a couple of questions.
Sure.
First, Super Squirrel says those are some noisy MFers. Got to wear the beats
They are. Bells. When you spend a day in a casino and you go to your room in the hotel, they're still ringing in your head. Something also, one ring of a bell is $10. So if you had a $100 hit, that bell in your machine is going to ring 10 times. So you imagine if somebody hits a couple grand or something, they're ringing for a while for $10 a ring. So yeah, a lot of bells in there.
Okay, so Joanne says you're playing against other gamblers for the win. In class 3 machines, it's against random number generator.
Yeah, that's very correct. You're absolutely right. You are playing against other players. I've not ran into it personally, but I've actually seen people show videos where they'll go to play and they'll say player's not available because there's nobody else to play against. It happens briefly, doesn't happen often, but I have seen that happen. But yeah, so basically the bank you're playing on, your numbers are all the same. The cards switch each time you hit the button to a different card.
Okay. So the bingo card switches, but the numbers are all the same
Correct.
for all of the machines.
In the bank.
Chris and Lou said they were introduced to red screens in Choctaw. They were addictive. Too bad they don't have them in Florida.
They are addictive.
And then 5K Grenade says to Super Squirrel, stick nuts in your ears. I
That's
love 5K.
That's exactly what I would expect from 5K. 100%.
Right? Jackpot Joe. You learn to love the bells. Thank you for the 199 super chat.
You do, because you walk in the casino, if they're ringing, you're thinking, I'm going to make some more ring.
Yes, Melody 61. That's what I was saying in the beginning. At the gas station at Morongo, they do have the bingo cards. And that's what I was trying to learn more about. So every time you hit the button, the card changes, but the numbers are the same for all of the machines.
Yeah, and the interesting part is the top 2 rows, I think it is, or 3 rows of numbers are the numbers that count. All right. The numbers, you'll see numbers coming up constantly, right? Just like a regular bingo draw. But those bottom numbers are never winners. Those bottom numbers equivalent into how many balls have been called. So when you stand in front of one that's not being played, it will show you the payouts.
Thank you for coming in, Love Face. Thank you. Really appreciate
it. What I didn't show in that last one, I moved way too fast. There was actually a baby buggy pattern. Because they'll do multiple patterns sometimes. But anyhow, so that's kind of how it rolls on the patterns, and you'll see the different patterns that are possible, and it'll show you 240 and X amount of balls called, and so forth and so on. So that's it. Like I said, it's all based upon the bingo. A lot of people who play this don't even have a clue of that. They have no idea.
Well, before Yamava was San Manuel. And before they had the massive casino that they did, they had a little bingo hall. And my grandmother used to go there, and she would take a bus from Los Angeles, and they would pick her up early in the morning. She'd play bingo all day long. So I know the 4 corners, the X, the tree, the whole thing. So they just took that and put it on a machine is basically it, right?
Yeah, our closest casino we go to, as I understand it, before we lived here, it initially was basically 2 trailers stuffed together. That it was a bingo hall before it was a casino, and they built it into a casino. Yeah. So, yeah, I wasn't here to see that, but I've heard the stories about it.
Bingo brings in that money.
It does. It does. I mean, people play bingo for hours on end. So yeah, and also worth mentioning, you guys, Vegas, I'm sure you guys have aristocrat machines, right? In California? Yeah. Okay. So VGT are red screens. But in 2014, Aristocrat bought VGT.
Oh, okay.
So Aristocrat actually owns VGT. They still kind of operate as 2 separate companies, but they do.
Okay.
So just
can we expect Dragon Links to have red screens anytime soon?
It's interesting though, because depending where you go to, we have a Choctaw about an hour and a half from us, and they've got some 88 fortune machines that some have bingo cards and some don't. So some would be class 3 and some would be class 2.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, yeah, so that's something also. So I'm always looking to see, is there a bingo card here? Some are actually a little bitty on the machines, things like that. So yeah, so
Jackpot Joe Adventures and Slots, thank you for the 199 super chat. Open V, not for me.
Yeah, Joe was trying to Venmo me a super chat the other day, but I don't know.
And then Gamblers Unknown had a question in here too. Let me see where that's at. Give me 1 second here. If you haven't rode a bingo bus 3 hours with 50 old ladies, you're not really a gambler. Hey, that's so true, Gamblers Unknown.
Sounds like you may have made that trip a few times.
Right? Yo Ange had another question in here too, I believe. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with this chat. You guys are just too fast for me. Let me see.
They have class 2 in New York, but those are based on horse races. That's what Yo Ange said. Yes.
Okay.
Based on the old horse races.
Thanks for coming in.
Interesting. A point to note that class 2 machines are prevalent in the Native American casinos. That's where they're most prevalent, if not always.
Okay.
Scratch card of dancing drums, 8 fortunes, blah blah. Huh.
So the 88 Fortune in Morongo, the 88 Fortune machines I've seen with the bingo cards attached to them. So I do know that they're attached to those 88 Fortune machines, which I stopped into the machine and I actually won $300. I walked out of the gas station just while somebody was waiting for me in the car. So
That's a real gambler right there.
right.
That's like slipping a couple 20s in.
What took you so long? Hey, I was pumped. I had to wait for in my turn for line to pay for gas. You know how that goes.
Oh.
So the different classifications signify like the class threes are the ones that are in Vegas.
Yeah, random. You have a random number generator in each machine, literally.
Okay. And
Yep.
the class twos are the bingos,
Yep.
which are the ones that the reels are just for entertainment, but it's actually the bingo card that's going to pay you out.
That's correct. And VGT has been the big player for a long time. They're the ones who really coined the red screens. But they're not fairly new, but they're getting relevant now, is Castle Hill Entertainment. And they also do red screens. So there's been some legal battles back and forth. They're a class 2 machine, bingo based. And they're coming on pretty strong. They're getting a lot of penetration in the casinos out here in Oklahoma.
Castle Hill, you said.
Castle Hill, yep, Castle Hill Gaming.
Okay.
And like I said, they have the red screens. They have I call it a car noise. When they have the bells also, but when it's like a I can't even make the noise, but it's like an engine revving up almost each time it does its red screen. So I guess to try to differentiate a little bit.
So the bells don't ring as much for those?
No, they still do. Yeah, they'll still ring the same way.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Spin and Win Slots. I appreciate you dropping that. So, wow, I've never seen the red screen, so it's just a whole different thing for me. And I guess that's why they get more likes when people post videos of the red screens opposed to just regular.
You know, and Chris and Lou, Jackpot Joe, they come to Oklahoma to play the red screens. Joe's got casinos around him. He was just in Wisconsin where he had that good one the other night that you guys got to go watch. But they love coming to the red screens. Once you play them, even though you know they're not slots, even though you're playing bingo, it doesn't matter. When you and I were talking the other night, it was like back in the old days when a $2 slot was a high bet. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And they had the haywire machine that would randomly haywire, right? I'd play that machine, so I'm waiting for that respin to get that extra money, I love that machine. So it's kind of based off of that in a way.
I could see that because those haywires would just go until.
Yep.
And I don't see too many of those out. And the ones that I do see that are still around are normally in Indian casinos. Yeah,
we've got a casino that's Cherokee that's close to us. They've got a circle of what I call old school machines, and I play them. I like them. I still hit good money on them sometimes. So
come play. Jackpot Joe says, come to Slotapalooza April 21st through the 21st, and you'll see. I plan on being there. I plan on being there.
$5 is not much for a shameless plug like that.
No, I seriously, that's the event in April that I plan on attending.
Well, there's a good chance. There's a good chance I'm gonna be there also.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. We could hang out. I made a deal with my girlfriend that, hey, I'm only going to attend one of these events a month. So we have the January one was the Hit It, Quit It. We have February, which is Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. Yep. I'll cover details later for that. March, we have Gamblers Unknown. He's hosting 24 channels, coast to coast, 30-minute lives. We'll just bounce back and forth all over the place. One right after another. So that's going to be a huge event. And then Slotapalooza in April in Choctaw or Oklahoma. So
yeah, so Durant's only 4 hours from us. If I can get my wife to let me go, we'll probably go. And then the Gamblers Unknown March event, I'm actually a standby for that. If somebody drops out, then I'll be in that from High Winds.
Oh, so that'll be fantastic.
So we'll see how that goes. So.
That'll be fantastic. Definitely. Uh, so bingo cards, different classes. I see Yo Ange in there, and I know she watches the Lotto King. And I was trying to explain the skills games. Do you have a lot of familiarity with the skills games?
A little bit, I think. And Joe and maybe Chris and Lucas speak. I think that Choctaw Durant's got some of those. Choctaw Pocola was just putting a few of them in. I think, where they're more of a video type game that you can win off of. I think is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, they're mainly in gas stations in places that don't allow gambling, but
Right.
they do have some of those skills games. And I got to get my knowledge up to find out exactly. It's tic tac toe based. Joanne says. Jackpot Joe, December's our Jackpot Joe's Christmas bash at Choctaw. Hey, there you go, another plug. Thank you for that. We'll have to work on December too. Yeah, but they're tic tac toe based.
Interesting.
She says, and I'll shoot you some videos after this so you can take a look at them. Anonymous says he'll be there Friday night trying to play his free play. Hopefully, he'll get to see you all you guys on Saturday. Anonymous, I'll be there on Friday. Me and you could hang out, have a couple of beers. Definitely. James Spitzer has the whole thing going on in his room.
I heard it's gonna be a pretty good party at James Spitzer's room. What I hear.
Well, yeah, so do I. So Joanne says they skirt the gambling license because you have to hit a space to make tic tac toe. That's the skill.
Okay.
So I'll send you some of those videos. You can take a look at them.
Well, see, that's where the class 2, because they're slot machines, but they're classified as bingo, so they actually pay taxes on bingo, which I don't think in Oklahoma is actually taxed. So
Okay.
They do pretty well. They do pretty well with that.
So Melanie 6 says you have to touch the screen and then it does some other stuff and scratch the channel on the East Coast would play those. I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, I'll send you some videos on those. I want to learn more about those skills games.
Yeah, they sound pretty interesting.
So anyway, so back to the classifications. We know the classifications. Castle Hill, what kind of games do they produce?
They've got one on one of my videos recently. It's I guess it's a 9-liner. You got to be max bet at $5 and hit 15 wilds to hit the jackpot. Right now, the one I've been trying to hit is an $8,300 jackpot, and as I've been told, it's never hit a jackpot since it's been in the casino as of yet, or at least the big one.
Okay.
But they've got a variety of anywhere from penny machines, really much like the money bags, the 5-line machines that are 6 1/4 max bet. They've got those in all denoms. They're very much the same line-wise, different, of course, symbols, names, so forth, so on. Their bingo card sits in the middle of the screen where it's up in the upper left on all the VGTs. But like I said, the screen turns red very much the same way. So I know there were some legal battles over it. A little money exchanged hands, but they're still going. So I think there was an agreement that VGT doesn't have a corner on the market on red screens, apparently.
Wow. Hot Mess Slots, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Love these interviews, Rhino Man. And I should have thought about this earlier. Lucky Obsession, she plays a lot of these skills games. Big time. There's so many subscribers and viewers. That brings me to another point. The skills games are one thing that has a lot of subscribers and viewers, and I'm going to go look at it. And Lucky Obsession is one of those. I know the Lotto King does it. She could tell me, you know what, Lucky Obsession, I'm going to have you on the show so you could explain those skills games. That would be fantastic. I'll reach out to you after this episode, and then we could set something up either today or tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow because I'm having some Coronas right now. So it'll I don't want you to talk to Tim. Believe me. Um,
I heard about Tim.
yeah, Tim comes out at night, just like the freaks. So with the skills games and everything else, I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good, Lucky Obsession. I'll definitely reach out to you and do that. But with these different games that have the red screens, are they attached to like all different brands, or is it just certain brands, the VGT games? Or
Yeah, well, you mean, well, I mean, VGT slots are all VGT and then Castle Hill.
okay,
The one thing I didn't mention, um, most of the stuff, much like the Dragon Links, are in house, but there are what they call VGT Super Hits machines, and those are linked in the entire state of Oklahoma.
okay.
They have varying amounts, and there's a rolling jackpot. It's hit upwards of $1 million before. Last weekend when I was there, it was like 529,000, something like that. You've got to hit 3 super hit coins to hit that. I know
Okay.
Choctaw Durant's hit it a bunch of times, but it's a portion of each bet goes to that big jackpot, which they pay out in like a 20-year annuity or something.
That was like a few years ago. I don't know if they still do it now, but the Wheel of Fortune machines
Yeah,
were
they're still
all
there.
linked all through Las Vegas.
Yeah, IGT does that.
Yeah.
Yep, and I follow IGT's page, and every once in a while they have quite a few different progressives actually that are linked.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but so the super hits machines, it's the same machine, King of Coin, Lucky Ducky, all of those. But if you do the $3 max bet and line those 3 coins up, you get whatever the jackpot is.
That's awesome.
But you can
You
still hit the normal 10,000. I was sitting next to a lady one night at the casino near me, and she lined up the 3 King of Coins for 10 grand on one of the super hits machines. So they still hit the regular jackpots too.
Cheers, Lucky Obsession, and your Bush. Well, that didn't come out right. Cheers, Lucky Obsession, and your Bush drink that you're drinking. Windy City Frenzy. Hey, boys, what are you guys doing? Thank you for coming in. Really appreciate it. So, I've learned so much just by talking to you right now, and the conversation we had yesterday. Awesome. I can't wait to get out there to Oklahoma and visit you and get a chance to see some of these red screens myself and try and do that. Thank you, Melly Love Slots, for dropping his channel link. Everybody, please go over, subscribe to his channel. I believe you're sitting at how many subscribers now? 600?
Right about 600, 650, yeah.
Okay.
I've got my watch hours. I got 8,000 watch hours. I'm good there. I just got to get myself to the 1,000 mark.
So when you talk about your watch hours, that's because you do
lives.
Yeah. Oh, yo, Ange. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yo, Ange. Tim is showing up right now. I appreciate that. Thank you for pointing it out to me. You have your watch hours, so you just need the subscribers. And it for a lot of new channels starting out, that's an amazing feat that you've accomplished, having all those watch hours, because the hardest part seems to be getting the watch hours. The subs will come eventually, but the watch hours people struggle for. I know Lolo and them. Olga Rosas, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, Lolo just didn't she recently get monetized? I think.
Yes, she did.
She was lacking the watch hours. She had the subscribers, was lacking the watch hours.
Yeah, and that was that was a struggle because she was so close at the end of the year. And what happened is, so for instance, YouTube, they have a rolling 24-hour, a 24-month, 12-month period. So at the end of the year, she was right there at her 4,000 watch hours, but it bumped to January. So they took over all the watch hours that she earned in January of the previous year, or December of the previous year, and knocked them out. So it dropped her back down. So she had to earn those over again. So it was a little bit of a struggle, but she finally got there. And what made her get there were the lives. Doing the lives are definitely what um, what put her over the hump. And you started out doing the lives. A lot of channels back when even before I started, you couldn't go live unless you had like 500 subs or something like that. There
Right.
was
Yep.
criteria attached to it. But now you can, and with StreamYard you can too. So it's a good thing that you jumped on it right away and you're doing lives, which definitely boosted your watch hours.
The interesting part I've found also, I wouldn't do just lives. I would still mix some stuff in with it, because people's attention spans are always that long. It seems like the people who come and watch your live during it stick around quite a bit, and they'll stick. I try to keep mine to an hour, but when I look at the durations after the live, it seems like people scan through it and try to find the good parts, so they don't sit there and watch like the people who are actually watching it during the live. So I definitely wouldn't do only lives. I would do a lot of them, but I would mix in some of that stuff.
So Gamblers Unknown said there was 1,000 subs to go live. Knock it down to 500 in September. So that was just a recent change.
It was because I had to use, I think I was using Streamlabs or something initially, because that's how you could stream mobilely not through the YouTube app. And then around that time, I was messing with the thing. I'm like, this thing's gonna let me go live. Holy cow, So I started about them using the YouTube app. So it wasn't announced that I know of, or at least that I'm aware of. I stumbled on it accidentally.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic that you did. I know a lot of people, they have like the super chats. You could leave super chat, but we discovered that there's a place on your videos now. It's not out for everybody, but there's a super thank you where they could leave you a thank you as a super chat on your videos.
I've not seen that yet.
Not on the live. If you go into your monetization tab in YouTube, you can see it's there, and they're getting ready to roll it out. I guess it's been there for a while, so I really don't know, what they're planning to do with that yet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm glad you joined us today. I really appreciate your time and all of your information for Red Screens. I'll definitely have you back on the show in a few months. I'd like to see you at that 1,000 mark for sure. And maybe in April, I pretty much, I'm putting it out there now. By April, you will definitely be at your 1,000 mark and more for sure, because the way your channel's going, I just keep seeing it build and build. So I appreciate your time today. We're at 58 minutes. I'm going to tell everybody what I have coming up this week. Tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow we have NIGHTCAP with moderator talk. We are going to have Melly Love Slots. She's in here. Sister Yoshi. She's in here. Shaka Slots, the Big Wrench. He's going to be on. And then we have Enjoy My World. She is one of the moderators for the Gambler After Dark. And if you don't know who he is, go over and check out his channel. She's an awesome moderator, and he highly recommended her to come on the show. So we're going to have moderator talk. We're going to find out what moderators are, what they do, if they get paid, all of the stuff that I never knew about YouTube through moderators. We're going to find out from them.
Hey, I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to mention High Winds Casino slot channel is in here. How many of your casinos come to your lives? And they do pop in a lot of my lives a lot of times. It's great to see them here.
Thank you, High Winds Casino, for dropping in. He's an awesome guy, and it sounds like you guys are giving him all the support he needs. Really appreciate that, and I look forward to having him on the show again, or seeing you on his show very soon, because I know the casino reviews. Go talk to her. I'd like to hear from High Winds Casino, definitely. So tomorrow we have NIGHTCAP with RhinoMan, moderator talk. Friday I'll be interviewing people at the event for Saturday's Everyone's Slot SoCal edition. That's going to be awesome. Saturday we have the event, Everyone's Slot SoCal event. Sunday we have Slot Sister and Level Up. Make sure you check that out. And then Monday Valentine's Day edition. What more could you ask for than Real Twinning Slots? They're going to be on here. Those girls are fantastic. They're going to have a great time with them. And then I have something special for everybody that's thinking about making YouTube a business. You have to tune in next week. We have somebody coming in from AAA filing. You'll have to check it out then, but I'll have more information on that coming up. Until next time, guys, let the good times roll. I'll see you then. Thank you, everybody, for your participation and support. I love you.